A day of triumph. The warm afternoon sun bathed the city in a golden glow as Marcus Carter, a 35-year-old entrepreneur, approached the latest milestone in his journey, a sleek, modern residential complex. The glass panels of the building reflected his image as he walked toward the entrance, his tailored navy suit sharp against the backdrop of the city. His leather portfolio felt reassuring in his hand, a symbol of the countless hours and sacrifices that had led him here. For Marcus, this wasn't just a real estate acquisition. It was a testament to perseverance and ambition, a crown jewel in his growing portfolio. He paused for a moment, looking up at the structure, pride swelling in his chest. This building was more than steel and glass. It was a dream realized. As Marcus reached for the keypad to punch in the access code, a sharp voice broke through the serenity. "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing here?" Marcus turned, startled, to face the voice. Standing a few feet away was Karen Evans, a woman in her early 40s. Her blonde hair was immaculately styled, and her beige trench coat gave her an air of elegance. Yet her piercing eyes, filled with suspicion, and her tightly crossed arms betrayed her hostility. "This is private property," Karen continued, her voice laced with accusation. "You don't belong here." Marcus straightened his posture, his calm demeanor masking the irritation bubbling beneath the surface. He had encountered prejudice before, but each instance still stung. "Is there a problem?" he asked, his voice steady. Karen stepped closer, clutching her designer handbag tightly. "Yes, there is. Who are you, and what business do you have here?" "The assumptions." Karen's voice carried across the lobby, drawing the attention of tenants passing by. Conversations hushed as onlookers slowed their steps, their curiosity piqued. Some discreetly pulled out their phones to record, while others exchanged whispers. Marcus remained composed, his years of experience in handling such situations guiding him. "This is my building," he said evenly, hoping to defuse the tension. Karen let out a laugh, sharp and mocking. "Your building? That's a good one. I'm calling security." Before Marcus could respond, Luis, the building's maintenance manager, appeared. Dressed in neatly pressed work clothes, Luis hesitated as he took in the scene. His gaze shifted between Marcus and Karen, confusion evident on his face. "Mr. Carter," Luis called out, his tone respectful but cautious. Karen turned to Luis with a triumphant expression. "Finally, call security and get this man out of here. He's trespassing." Luis's brow furrowed as realization dawned. "Ms. Evans," he began carefully, "this is Mr. Carter. He's the new owner of the building." Karen froze, her confidence shattering. "Owner?" she echoed, her voice barely above a whisper. "That's correct," Marcus said, his calm tone now tinged with firmness. "I finalized the purchase yesterday." The crowd murmured, their whispers a mix of disbelief and amusement. Karen's face flushed as embarrassment overtook her indignation. Her gaze darted around the lobby, taking in the judgmental stares of her neighbors. I didn't know," she stammered. "You should have announced yourself." Marcus raised an eyebrow, his voice sharp but controlled. "Announce myself? To whom? This is my building. Do I need your permission to enter?" Karen's cheeks turned crimson. Without another word, she turned on her heel and stormed toward the elevator, her posture stiff with humiliation. The crowd's quiet chuckles followed her retreat. The introduction. That evening, Marcus addressed the building's tenants in the shared courtyard. String lights cast a warm glow over the gathering, and the air buzzed with energy. The earlier incident was still the topic of whispered conversations, but the atmosphere grew quiet as Marcus stepped forward. "Good evening, everyone," Marcus began, his deep voice carrying across the courtyard. "My name is Marcus Carter, and I'm proud to introduce myself as the new owner of this building." The crowd erupted into applause, the warmth of their reception contrasting with the tension of the afternoon. Marcus waited for the noise to settle before continuing. "This building is more than just an investment for me. It's a community. My goal is to ensure that every resident feels respected, valued, and safe." The applause grew louder, a testament to the tenants' support. At the edge of the group, Karen lingered, her expression conflicted. As the meeting ended, she approached Marcus hesitantly. Accountability. Mr. Carter, Karen began softly, her tone uncharacteristically meek. I want to apologize for earlier. I might have been out of line. Marcus regarded her calmly, his expression unreadable. That's putting it lightly, he replied, though his voice lacked malice. Karen nodded, her cheeks flushing. I'll do better, she promised, her voice trembling slightly. Marcus's gaze softened. I hope so. Change starts with accountability. Karen nodded again, retreating into the crowd as Marcus watched her go. He knew true change wouldn't happen overnight, but he was determined to lead by example. Building a community. Over the following weeks, Marcus worked to create a more inclusive environment within the building. He held regular meetings with the tenants, addressed their concerns, and implemented new policies to foster a sense of community. Karen, to her credit, began attending these meetings and even participated in organizing events for the residents. One afternoon, Marcus noticed Karen helping a young family move into the building. Her warm smile and welcoming demeanor were a far cry from the woman he had encountered weeks before. It was a small but meaningful victory, a sign that change was possible. A lesson for all. As Marcus stood on the rooftop terrace, overlooking the city skyline, he reflected on the journey that had brought him here. This building, once just a financial investment, had become a symbol of resilience, respect, and the power of leadership. Addressing the tenants one last time, Marcus said, "We all have biases, but it's how we confront and overcome them that defines us. This building isn't just a place to live, it's a community. Together, we can make it a home." The tenants applauded, their faces filled with gratitude and hope. Marcus smiled, knowing that this was only the beginning. Lessons from the story. Don't judge people by their appearance. The story emphasizes that no one has the right to judge or evaluate others based on appearance alone. Marcus, a building owner, is treated unfairly by narrow prejudices and ignorance. This is a reminder that respect and fair behavior must be afforded to everyone, regardless of status or appearance. The importance of patience and composure. Marcus faced the unfair situation with composure and patience. This is a lesson on how to stay calm in the face of adversity and use actions to prove your worth instead of emotional confrontation. Ability to change and learn. Karen, the character whose initial disrespectful behavior, realized her mistake and promised to change. The story is proof that everyone has the opportunity to correct and learn from mistakes, as long as they are willing to face them. Meaningful message. Uniting to create a strong community. A community is not only built from walls, but also from values such as respect, tolerance, and fairness. Marcus has been not only an owner, but also a leader, creating positive change for everyone in the building. Compassion is the key to harmony. When we put ourselves in other people's shoes, viewing them with respect, we create a better society. Success is not only measured by assets. Marcus not only owns a building, but he also owns the heart and respect of the community. This is true success. I believe this story is not only a lesson in respect and tolerance, but also a reminder that everyone deserves a chance to be understood, loved, and treated fairly. Although Karen made mistakes at first, her willingness to change is proof that, no matter the past, we can start over with good actions. Marcus is an ideal leader, not only leading with authority, but also with compassion and example. This story makes me feel hopeful that we can build harmonious communities if we all come together and learn to treat each other with heart. If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Story Precious. Let's continue to celebrate stories that remind us of the importance of respect, empathy, and community. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with more heartwarming tales. Together, we can make a difference.